EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Arizona Cardinals. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Dame break.
Murray now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. Under pressure.
Sandwich.
They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That goes for a gain of 31. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. From the gun, Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted.
Fino.
A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down loose. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra time.
Karma is a bitch.
Extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Okay.
Oh, he fakes a spike. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Get it away, get it away, get it away now.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
Con este touchdown es de igual, hermano.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in for a yard out. And the Raiders have drawn even here. They can take the lead with the extra.
¿Qué tú decías? What you said?
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Sí, porque con lo del fair y el interception como que do not afford.
Stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carl. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards. Murray now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. After a 1-point game, 7-6. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. It's Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 32 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Flush to his right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked off around the 37, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A first down and more for Drake. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
Throwing now is Carr. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray, rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And he's got his target, Harris. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. To Connor on the check down. They find some open field here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
He'll dump this one off to Connor. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
First carry for James Conner. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Play fake. Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight
second half
so far.
13-7. December 1st.
First, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Carr. They'll roll him out right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Carr gonna throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. Shedding the tackle. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Rock the ball of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Here's A.J. Cole now. And how about this, a fake? Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cards are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to...
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner taking it in front. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 41. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That one goes for 30 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Yards away. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Carlson down to add the extra point.
And this is back to a 5-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Daniels on the return. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
This is Connor. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Murray a give. This is Connor. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 63 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brian Edwards, 75 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. There we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run with Drake, and he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th.
touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19.
Vamos
So
a
probably should have opted for the
estableciendo terreno.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Either way, if you fumble 17 seconds, no shit.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st and 10 is counted. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw. Murray. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw.
Yeah, good game. Punt the ball, bro.
The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us?
Pero que pierda.
It's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
Estoy acabando uno, está 25-22, 4th down. Acabo de pedir el timeout para poderlo parar. 4th quarter, 1:45, pero voy a salir ahora. Voy a salir. Sí. Consígueme, si quieres ver el final, ponlo ahí en YouTube. Dale, te quiero mucho.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Eso es.
Convert there on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Vamos. So, hey, I'm an Mmsweets58 TV.
Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground with Drake. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
To throw is Murray. Flush to his right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here in overtime.
Honey, dicky, gravy.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. That's caught by Jackson. 6 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a play fake. Carr. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Buena.
If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up.
I blow it. Pop it right now. Pop it right now. Pop it. Pop it up. I gotta do this. Pop it up.
Not much there that time.
Pop it up.
And he winds up only picking up a yard or
Está
two.
bien loco. Bien loco. Se menea. Bien loco. Se menea. El gato bola atrás. El gato bola atrás. El gato bola atrás. El gato volador. El gato volador.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down.
En serio, apágalo ya.
The Cardinals unable to convert
Apágalo.
on 4th down. And this
Leave it
time
tight.
over right at midfield.
Leave it tight.